All right, the people remaining on the docket after this case is Marlon Simeon, Chris Lynn, Monica Wade. And Marlon Simeon is coming up next after this case. That's okay. Court is calling 2022 CR 6496, State of Texas versus Brian Parker. Could our parties announce for the record for the state?
Larry Lucas for the defense.
Are you Mr. Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Brian DeAnthony Parker who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 6496 for the offense of felon in possession of a firearm on January 11th, 2023 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Brian DeAnthony Parker, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of February, March, and April 2023 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, the state waives all the violations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. State, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, the state is requesting 8 years TDC.
Defense.
Judge, I believe a sentence in the range of 2 to 4 years is appropriate for Mr. Parker. And just brief argument on that issue, Judge.
Yes.
This is a case where Mr. Parker just never got a good start on probation. He was sent, got on probation, almost immediately tested positive for narcotics. Then he just got afraid and never showed back up. He did get arrested for failure to identify as fugitive. He's pled guilty to that charge and taking responsibility for it. He's standing before the court today, taking responsibility for his failures on probation. I believe a sentence between 2 to 4 years is appropriate for Mr. Parker, and we just leave it to the discretion of the court.
All right. So, counsel, I know you were not the previous attorneys on this case, but his plea bargain agreement was open to the court. So what that meant is that the state wanted him to go to prison. I gave him deferred adjudication. And I tell everyone in this court, if there's an issue with probation or if there's something you need and you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can come to this court. And I think it's safe to say every defendant who passes through this court know that if you have a drug problem, guess what? I am going to do my best to get you all the tools and the help you need to address that drug problem. Other courts may be a little bit different. I don't know. I'm not in there. So for people to come before me and say he tested positive for drugs and then he just didn't show up, that's not a good excuse. All right. So this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding violation of condition number 5 true. The court will grant the motion. Court is going to find you guilty. Court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Sir? All right. I will note, counsel, did he sign this?
Yes, he did.
All right, because this is not a plea bargain agreement, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not that you are on deferred adjudication. Good luck to you. All right.
Kimbrough for Mr. Simeon.
Are you Marlon Simeon? Young Marlo without the O? Okay. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and First Amendment motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Marlon Simeon who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of aggravated robbery on March 2nd, 2018 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violate condition number 5, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Marlon Simeon did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of June, July, August, September, October, November, and December 2018. Violation condition number 5.
How you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Any objections?
No,
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes.
Court's going to find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there's not, Your Honor.
State, what are you requesting?
Revocation.
Defense?
we're not opposed to revocation, Your Honor. Mr. Simeon is serving a federal sentence. He was sentenced to 65 months. I don't have the date, but,
I got it right here.
okay, looks like,
They
he
just
is-
sent me these papers from the feds.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
they just sent me these papers
Okay.
like the other day.
okay, so he was sentenced to 65 months. He served approximately 17. And so we're asking the court to revoke Mr. Simeon, 6 years, 5.5 range, running concurrent with his federal.
State, what are you requesting?
State's requesting 10 years, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm assuming probation. You're asking for revocation? All right, the court is going to find you guilty, grant the motion. And what is the cause number in the case so it can be ran concurrently?
The federal case is 22 CR 00379.
All right, the court is going to find you guilty. Court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison. This is the run concurrent with 22 CR 00379. There is an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Court will give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Robert Saltonstall, SALTONSTALL. Or Derek, DAREK Patterson. There's to be a $1,400 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
24.
You're gonna have to change your life. Otherwise, you know that saying about living fast, dying young? I think they used to say die young makes a good corpse, good looking corpse or something. Don't be that person. And see about removing that tattoo, because you know the rapper Young, that's the rapper Young. That's not you, unless you're out there rapping.
I rap. I do music.
Yeah, but you're taking somebody else's name. They spell Young that way. All right, good luck to you, okay? And no more facial tattoos.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.